As the temperature is rising outside, you may be wondering what you can do to help your gerbils stay cool. A common misconception is that because gerbils are desert animals, this means they're used to very high temperatures. But desert doesn't refer to temperature. It refers to an area with very little water and plant life. The Arctic is technically a desert, and it's definitely not hot. Now, gerbils' homeland of Mongolia may not be as cold as the Arctic, but it's not overly hot either. Average temperatures of Mongolian summers are usually around 20 degrees Celsius, but they can reach highs of around 40. And the way wild gerbils usually cope with these higher temperatures is by staying inside their burrows where the temperatures are more stable. In the hottest summer months, gerbils may not leave their burrows at all during the day, and instead concentrate their activity to during the night and dawn and dusk. So you may not see your gerbils as much in the day during the warmer months. It's also important to make sure that gerbils have plenty of bedding for this reason, as deep burrows have more stable temperatures. But it's a good idea to limit paper and wood type beddings during the warmer season as they tend to hold in heat. Some cooler bedding options are things like hemp and hay. The ideal ambient temperature for gerbils is around 20 to 24 degrees Celsius, and it's a good idea to use thermometers near your gerbils enclosures to keep an eye on the temperature. If it starts getting above around 25 degrees Celsius, it's a good idea to begin taking steps to keep the gerbils cool. While gerbils are generally pretty hardy animals, they can develop heat stroke when they get too hot, just like every other animal. Signs that gerbils may be starting to overheat include drinking more than usual, sleeping outside of their burrows, sleeping in their sand, and lying stretched out. And some signs that this has progressed to heat stroke include panting, lethargy, disorientation, drooling or foaming at the mouth, and unconsciousness or fits. If you notice any of these signs, you should take careful steps to lower your gerbil's body temperature, such as placing them in a cool shaded area, on a cool surface, near a fan or AC, and offering them cool water to drink. Just make sure the water isn't too cold though, as this can cause shock in animals that are overheating. Then you need to get them to the vet as soon as possible, even if they seem like they've recovered, because heat stroke can cause lasting damage to internal organs. But if you take steps to cool the gerbils and their room down before they overheat, you shouldn't have to worry about this too much. One of the main ways you can protect your gerbils from excess heat is by keeping them out of direct sunlight. The heat from the direct sun can be too warm while in the open air alone, but glass magnifies this heat, so having the sun shine through their glass enclosures in front of a glass window can very quickly create unbearable temperatures in their tanks. So make sure your gerbil's enclosure is in a shaded area of your home. Another simple solution to help your gerbils in warm weather is by moving their enclosure to a cooler room of your home. This could be the side of your flat that gets the least amount of sun, or if you live in a house, then the lower floors will be cooler than the higher ones. On particularly sunny days, you can use foil over your windows to reflect the warm sun away from the room, or you could also use blackout blinds. But it's worth remembering that black absorbs all wavelengths of light while white reflects them. So a dark coloured blackout blind can easily turn into a radiator when it gets a lot of sun. And if you live in a country that has central air conditioning, or you have a portable AC, you can simply use these to cool the gerbil's room down. While they're not as effective as ACs, things like fans and air purifiers can also provide a small amount of cooling by moving warm air away from the gerbils. Just make sure they're not pointed directly at the enclosure to avoid stressing them out. If you do have an AC, then it may be a good idea to keep your windows closed to avoid letting the warmer air in. But if you don't have an AC and live in a cooler climate like the UK, then keeping windows closed can actually trap heat inside due to the architecture of the buildings. So in these places, it's best to open windows to allow air to circulate. And making sure they have constant access to fresh, cool water at all times is also important. You can also chill the water for extra cooling. Another good source of hydration for warm days are high water vegetables like cucumber. And you can also give them things like frozen peas as a treat. Just make sure to defrost them slightly in your hand first so they don't get their tongue stuck. But don't give these more than once per day, as the high water content can cause diarrhea. Monitoring your gerbil's weight is also extra important during the warmer months, as overweight gerbils will be more likely to struggle in the heat due to the extra fat storage. Male gerbils should weigh between 80 and 130 grams, and females should weigh around 60 to 100 grams. So we should try to keep them within these ranges for their comfort. Another thing you can do for cooling is using an ice pack or frozen water bottles, wrapping these in a towel or kitchen roll to prevent drips, and place them on one side of your enclosure for a cooling area. You can place them next to their burrow space or next to their topper or low bedding area, but make sure they're only on one side of the tank so the gerbils can move away if they start to get too cold. Items made from ceramic or stone can also help to provide cooling, such as slate pieces or ceramic sand baths or hides. and putting these in the freezer for around half an hour can help to cool them even further. You can also give them a soil dig box, as the soil will help to keep them cool. You can put this in their enclosure if you have the space, or you could put it in their playpen instead. And if you want more ideas for things to include in a gerbil playpen and how to help them feel secure while out for free roaming, click on this video and I'll see you over there. Thanks for watching.